Okay, you're on.
We're on? Okay, AVV here, late night from Willowdale. We haven't done a video in a long time. There's so many things going on in the world, I don't even know what to talk about anymore. Uh, you know, there was so many topics I wanted to talk about, but, the news moves fast, so. But, Colleen and I thought we should just do a video to say we're still around. We're just talking about a Canadian issue. Obviously, everyone's been talking about it. SNC-Lavalin, the scandal du jour. All I want to say about it is I don't want to add to the cacophony of voices and the crazy media attention this nothing scandal is getting. All I want to say about it, this is much ado about nothing. Okay, tempest in a teapot, whatever cliche catchphrase you want to use. The Trudeau and his government, yeah, they acted unethically, I think, in this. They acted unethically, a touch sleazy, but they're not corrupt. Justin Trudeau is not Donald Trump, and the Canadian government isn't the Trump administration. Okay, they were unethical, and certainly they shouldn't be so cozy with these big companies. But yeah, no one's going to jail. Nothing was illegal here. The Canadian media is so provincial. They're trying to the Canadian media will say, "Oh, we want our own big scandal." You see what's going on south of the border with Trump, and they say, "Oh, we need a big scandal here. We need inquiries." Or where's Robert Mueller? Like, come on, let's turn the page and move on. This is getting irritating, and it's time. The Canadian media's got to find. There are other issues out there. Okay, Trudeau put pressure on the then Attorney General. It was wrong to do that, and yeah, he does look bad. And it's definitely a stain on his government. But you know what? The bottom line is that's what happens sometimes. There's hardly major corruption here. Okay. And we just got to move on. And Andrew Scheer calling for his resignation and this and that. I mean, what a joke. I'm not a fan of the Trudeau government. I always thought he was a bit of a fraud. This whole thing about we have to support the middle class and people wanting to get into the middle class. That gets so irritating. I'm not a fan of Trudeau. And I don't like how his government acted on this. But yeah, nothing illegal happened here. Unethical for certain. Incompetent for certain. Touch sleazy, but yeah, that's about it. It's time for the media to move on. This is getting boring. There are lots of other issues out there, and this is why I think Canadian media sometimes is so provincial. Hey, not that the American media isn't. You watch CNN and it's Trump Mueller all day long. Trump Mueller. I say, Robert Mueller, please bring us out your report. This is getting tiresome. Bring out your report. Let's put an end to this too. Yeah, so there's lots to talk about. Canadian media's got to move on from the SNC-Lavalin thing. There's lots more to talk about. There's lots of hypocrisy out there. My friend Andrew mentioned to me something today that I'm not a fan of Maduro at all. I hope there's a change of government in Venezuela. I mean, I think Maduro and Chavez bankrupted Venezuela, and the place is a disaster. Inflation that is so sky high, I can't even talk about it. Food shortages. Everyone knows what's going on in Venezuela. But the fact that Trump can pick on Maduro for human rights violations and all this sort of thing, and other countries as well, including Canada, and yet we let Saudi Arabia. We let Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, the Philippines, you name it, get away with murder. I mean, it's true. Why are they picking on Maduro, who's definitely a thug? But there's still demonstrations, as my friend Andrew pointed out. There's still demonstrations in Venezuela. There's still, the place isn't totally repressive. Yeah, it's not great, believe me. And I hope there's a change of government. I hope things get better for Venezuelans. But yeah. When the West picks on Venezuela, the hypocrisy is incredible. Saudi Arabia gets away with a vicious war in Yemen, murdering a journalist, you name it, imprisoning human rights activists. China gets away with all sorts of nasty stuff. Well, the Philippines, and Putin, of course. And, we don't go after them. it's like whose ox? Chomsky always said, whose ox is being gored. And don't be wrong, I want a change in government in Venezuela, but the hypocrisy surrounding Maduro and the criticism of Maduro when other countries get away with literally with murder, and in Saudi Arabia's case with mass murder, particularly when it comes to Yemen. Yeah, it really shows you the hypocrisy on the international stage. We could talk. There's lots to talk about, but we just wanted a short video to a couple of books to promote here. I don't like a lot of self-promotion, but Glee published 2 books of my letters to the editor, volumes 1 and 2, going 14 years, right, Glee? 14 years of letters.
As far as I can remember, yes.
Yeah, going 2007, I think, to
August of 2007 to August of 2014.
Yeah.
And then
August 2007 to January 2019. And you can order them. Just go onto my Facebook page. You can order them. And I don't just out of self-promotion, but I want to emphasize, I'm taking a break these days from writing letters, but I want to emphasize the importance of writing a letter to the editor, okay? It's amazing the power letters to the editor have. A lot of people read letters to the editor. You don't have a lot of power in our democracy. In our democracy, you vote in the different elections and stuff, but you don't have a lot of power, but you can send a letter to the editor, and those letters are read. The letters to the editor page is one of the most read pages in a newspaper.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, so I encourage people to write letters to the editor. Often my friends say, "Oh, Andrew, you should write a letter about this or write a letter about that." And I said, "No, why don't you write a letter? You write a letter. Everybody should write. It's easy to do, and I think newspapers like people who are new to writing letters. I like new people. Guys like me who write all the time, they get tired of me. But they like new people writing letters. So I encourage people to write letters to the editor, okay, on all sorts of different topics. People read them, and people in power read them, and they do have influence. So I encourage people to write letters to the editor. These books are a testament to the power of letters to the editor. And in these books, I've covered so many different topics. It's incredible, from 2007 to 2019. So, yeah, and these books are available. You can order them through my Facebook page. And, I don't want to do a lot of self-promotion, but these books
they're good books.
They're good books, and they're testaments to letters to the editor.
They're very interesting. It's like a time capsule almost.
It's a time capsule. It's a time capsule of all the news.
Right.
That's been happening over the last since 2007.
And they're surprisingly relevant, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, some of them are relevant. I remember writing a letter about Saudi Arabia a number of years ago when King Abdullah was in power, and saying, this is a horrible place. He's a thug. We shouldn't have any relations with Saudi Arabia. And I think I've been proven right. Anyways, enough self-promotion on that. I want to promote another friend's book, One Country After, Andrew Brooks's most recent book on poetry. And it's available.
It's not on poetry. It's poems.
It's poems.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It's not on poetry, right? It's a book. It's poems. It's poems. It's his poems. A very interesting collection of poems. Okay, so it's this poetry book published late last fall.
And Strother Press or something like that.
Yeah.
Our books are blurb, by the way.
Yeah, One Country After. That's the name of his book. It's poems, but poems by Andrew Brooks, a friend of ours, and you can easily get that by checking his Facebook page or. It's easy to order this. I don't have the exact, but if you want it, you can easily get it.
It's searchable online. So.
Searchable online.
Yeah.
So I want to promote his book. And then the last bit, as we said in one of our videos we did just before Christmas, our friend Zuhair Kashmiri passed away in December. A great journalist, a great guy, and a guy who loved to help a lot of people, and just an amazing person who helped a lot of people in all sorts of different walks of life. He was a great friend, and if you needed help, he was there for you. If you were moving, Cash was there for you. If you needed help in personal matters, he was there for you. He helped a lot of people get into journalism. He just loved to help people. And they're doing a celebration of his life on March 22nd at the University of Toronto Faculty Club at 6:30 to 9, right, Cleve?
Yeah, 6:30. Yeah,
On
3 hours.
March
Yeah.
22nd at the University of Toronto Faculty Club, which I think of Wilcox?
I don't know. I'll try to post that online.
Yeah,
I can't
post it
remember.
online.
It's
I
it's
think
41 Will something.
Willox. I
Yeah.
think it's Willox. Or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It's University of Toronto Faculty Club.
Yeah.
March 22nd, 6:30 till 9 or something. Celebration of Zuhair Kashmiri's life. So if you knew him or want to go, those are the basic details. University of Toronto Faculty Club, March 22nd, 6:30 to 9. Okay, that's pretty much it. Yeah, this is a short one. We're doing a short video tonight. And we'll be back later. The news never stops, and we'll be back later at some point.
Okay.